Hey Zeido, how are you, man? This is your old man talking gibberish. Hey, you know what I am thinking? I'm tired of putting the phone right in front of my face. I look like a gorilla, and you look like a baby gorilla. Anyways, I thought I'd double down on my gibberish theory that I sent you earlier about link between atoms and shades of existence or matter, just like the spectrum and so on that we really don't sense, but it is there. So now I'm going to explain to you gravity. Bear with me, Zeido. I hope you grade me a plus on this, right, Zeido? So now, what is gravity really? It's really, it's not a pull, right? Now, in the past, I thought it was a push. And then I found out that those scientists, right, they did actually say it was a push, and I was thinking it was a push. But then eventually I got it, Zeido. It's not a push or a pull. Gravity is not either. What gravity is you know that I told you there is that center of black hole in Earth, right? Or many black holes together. So an atom, I think, is the largest black hole and smallest black hole. Maybe something within the atom. And there's always that it's like a sinkhole, like a slough or a slough. Have you been to those? I think I took you before to those ponds where they have those ponds, and then there's like a sinkhole somewhere where the water always goes in, right, into the sewer. So that's something similar, you know, that shade of matter, and there are like many shades of matter. They always expand, right? They have certain, pressure, sub-zero, like maybe 1,000,000 degree sub-zero temperature or whatever it is, right? Space temperature. And now what happens is they're always sinking into an atom's center, which is a black hole, right? But they exit elsewhere, so there's this and there's that. As I explained to you, every two atoms exchange the positive and negative and so on, right? So what happens is it's called a drift. Gravity is really a drift pull, not pull, rather than a drift, right? So when this matter is sinking into the center of the Earth, or where that exchange hole is, remember I told you about the two in everything, right? They're interacting with us and the air and everything, right? And everything before they reach down. And then we respond to them, but then we get blocked by the Earth surface, or like the roof, if you will, right, Jado? So our atoms, that Earth atoms, that whatever atom, this mirror atom, everything else, everything that responds to gravity has such an atom, right? And it gets caught in the drift, right? Similar to, if you will, take a bag of flour, the flour that we make pizza out of and so on, that old Middle Eastern thing, right? And then go to, say, the Niagara Falls, right? And then just drop it, right? Spray it or scatter it over the water. It'll get dragged. It gets dragged by the water. And if you put a barrier, the barrier will catch it, but it'll always be stuck to the barrier. That's what gravity is, It's that spectrum of matter, shade of matter, right? And so on and so forth, right? And then it's going into the center of the Earth, and it interacts with every atom that there is around this planet, if you will. So that's that, Zeido. That's all I can tell you. That's what it is, in a simple term. So it interacts with everything, including the atoms of the apple itself. And by the way, that Jew, all right, that goyim, that subhuman, that talking monkey, Newton, it's Hack Newton. He was just translator from Arabic, by the way, just so you know, Zayda. Well, grade me on this A+, and here is the final explanation of what gravity is. It's just like what I told you about the back of flour. You spray it over. There's that river. I don't know what it is. It's like a torrent that moving toward the Niagara Falls, right? And it's so fast and powerful. And if you spray anything in it, it drags it with it. That's what it is. That submatter or shade of matter that is floating or being like in the expansion of the universe. This is like you have a balloon, right? And then you prick the balloon with a needle, right? The air inside will now go out, right? It goes out through that small hole. That's what that shade of matter in the universe is, and like many shades, right? Similar to light spectrum, but there's more than we can see anyway, even the light. So that's what it is, right? So that light, electricity, you name it, it's shade. It's a shade, or it's a layer of that spectrum of matter. And that's it. That's what gravity is. Where does it go? It goes into Earth and goes out elsewhere. I think it's in the sun. The exchange is really with the sun, and then the sun equilibrium goes with the planets, but maybe the sun also related to, you know what I'm talking about. But that's the seed, and it's going to grow into a tree. You know your dad, Zeido. You got that from here, and you know it. And if I see you, I'm so gonna kick your ass. You're gonna be flying for free. I'm gonna give you a free ticket. One kick is gonna, I told you that before, and then it's gonna drop you in LA, right? You're gonna be flying and ticket free, you know, all that stuff. You don't have to worry about luggage or anything else. One kick is gonna put you right there. Love you, Zaid. Bye now.